Hi, it's Hans at ahappierman.com. Today's topic is get strong enough to live well. Well, I think what I mean is you want to spend enough time and effort lifting, training, weight training to improve your life without going totally overboard. And it's weight training. You can go overboard on the weight training just like any other activity that may be kind of good for you. If you overdo it, it might get bad for you. Let's say compare it to going out partying and having a few drinks. Well, in a small amount, in a reasonable amount of partying and drinking is okay. It helps your mental health, it helps your fun, it helps your sociability. But obviously, if you have too much, it's not going to help you, right? So the weight training, it will add. You want it to add to your life, not to subtract. It's Saturday morning right now, right while I'm going to the gym, going to get a good workout in. It's my upper body, back, arm day, so kind of a lot of different exercises. It'll be a fairly high volume of reps, but I try to do this intelligently, meaning at the end of the week on a Friday or Saturday I have a longer workout because I have the weekend to kind of relax and recharge and take care of myself and try to rest a little more. And then earlier in the week I do a shorter abbreviated workout to try to, because I don't want to use up all my energy weight training early in the week when I have to be at, let's say, the top of my game for my career. So, when I was a younger man, I did it all wrong, right? I'd be working out like a fiend 3 or 4 times a week, and then I'd go get to work, could barely get up the next day. I'd be so tired and sore, straggle into work, and then really not feel that great while I'm at work. Well, that really wasn't that great for me. I didn't need that volume of weight training on all the time like that. It ran me down. I would be getting sniffles and the cold and the cough and the flu and the runny nose and all of that. And I would just train through it. I would, never stayed home from work for those types of reasons. And I would be getting hurt on a regular basis. I'd be straining my shoulders and my knees and my lower back and my upper back and my elbows and my wrists and all the things that you strain when you overdo. Well, you don't want that. You don't want that. The weight training should add to your life, not make it worse. So you want to be strong enough to make your life better. And sometimes the fitness stars on YouTube, they seem to emphasize the muscle building and not so much of the strength. I think they got it a little bit backwards, because yes, for them, this muscle building it adds to their life because they look better and they're more photogenic on the videos because they got better muscles and bigger muscles and more well defined and six-pack abs and vascularity. All that stuff. Yeah, who doesn't like that look, right? But you just have to balance that with your life, right? Their life is making the videos, so having that kind of development improves their life. I would argue that trying for you and me, trying to get to that look is going to make your life worse. And that's what I don't want. My website, ahappierman.com, happier implies your life is better. So if you do things that are making your life worse, that's not making your life better, right? So it's obvious you're not going to be happier. You're not going to be happier if you are spending 2 hours a day weight training 5 days a week. and you have a 40-hour-a-week job, and you're trying to keep up on the news, and you have friends you want to get to, and you want to have some fun with the ladies, and you want to go out on the weekend, and see, all these things are as important as the weight training. So I would, put a lot of salt, a lot of grains of salt on people who would say, what is that, high volume workouts, long duration workouts, high rep sets. I would be very, very skeptical of all of that. You might think of those types of workouts as something you would do for very, very brief periods of time when you can devote yourself fully to them. So those guys on YouTube, they're devoting themselves fully to this. That's their job. They're trying to make a living doing this. But if you have a living doing something else, trying to follow their programs, trying to work yourself into those protocols, that won't help you. I grew up in the late 70s and 80s. I was reading the bodybuilding magazines and trying to follow the programs of those guys whose job it was to be bodybuilders, who didn't have to do anything else really but train and rest and nutrition and take pharmaceutical help to get to their look. I could never figure out why I'm working out just as hard as they are, just as often, just as many reps, just as many sets, and I really wasn't getting the muscle development that they had, and I was just sore and beat and whipped and injured all the time. It wasn't very intelligent on my part. Of course, they did lie to us in the sense of they didn't say they were on steroids in those days. They didn't say that they only looked this good for this photo shoot for a month or so, and then their bodies quickly either deplete if they're not on steroids, or they get back to normal, right? So you want to use the weight training to add to your life. So the easiest way to add to your life is to just be stronger than you are now, and then you get stronger by intelligently increasing the weights little by little over time in a conservative program, meaning not too many sets, not too many reps, not too many times a week. Okay, so I would, if I were you, if I had to do it all over again as a young man, I would try to only lift twice a week. And if I got hurt, I would take time off enough until I felt well again. And I would keep the sets down, and I would keep the reps down, and I would have had a much better life, and I would have had all that strength all those years. When I was married, I didn't weight train at all. I just lived the typical married guy, dad life, working hard to try to put food on the table and keep a roof over the head, working like crazy at my job. I had no time to lift. Maybe if I would have taken my own advice then and got to the gym once or twice a week, would have helped me. But I was still in the mindset of, I got to work out 3 or 4 times a week at 2 hours of crack. Ooh, that's not going to work with a 10 or 11 hour a day job and a wife to maintain and kids to tend. So if you could somehow get back to a more modest, get your mind thinking about a modest amount of weight training to get stronger. Now, as you get stronger, as you do this consistent lifting, over time, you're going to look darn good. I see this over and over again. The men who weight train, doesn't even matter how much they weight train. If they even do it a little bit, they look good. They look like men. They look like guys you don't want to mess with, right? whoever likes to mess with people and give them a hard time when a strong weight train guy aren't the type to get messed with. So that's a huge benefit to being stronger. You don't have to worry about that. And the side benefit of looking much better, sexier, I would call it sexier, a well-built man who's got strength is going to look sexier, because the strength is what increases your muscle size and gives you the look of the muscle. They get bigger, they may get more defined, and you may get more vascular, depending on all the other parts of your life. Whatever you do in your free time, if you're a tradesman or contractor working hard physically with your hands, your arms and hands and forearms are probably going to get really good looking if you do some weight training too. If you're a computer guy and you're just working on the computer all day, yeah, your hands and arms and forearms aren't gonna get the kind of development that you'd probably like, even with a good weight training program. So you have to look at life, all of life. What else are you doing? What does your genetics show? How much are you eating? If you're eating lots of meat and not much carbs, you're going to look a lot better. You're going to get a flatter belly. It's going to be easier to recover from your workouts. You're going to feel a lot better all the time. If you're trying to cut back on the protein and the meat, and you're trying to have a big weight training program, you're not going to feel that great. You just won't. So you want to use the weight training to improve your life and just getting stronger, working those major exercises at a rate that you can handle and recover from. And how do you know you've recovered? Well, when you go to your next workout, you want to feel good. You don't really want to go to the workout feeling bad. You don't want to be hurting. That's when you know you're overtraining. Now, it's one thing to go to work to make a living when you're hurting, and we've heard this from the bodybuilding and the fitness people. You got to train through the pain and go in even if you don't feel like it. Well, they do that because it's their living. Just like you go to work when you're sick, because you don't want to use your sick leave, or you don't have it. Most people don't have sick leave. And you're supposed to be there. How else do you get the work done if you're not there? Their job is working on their body. So yeah, for them, training through sickness, injury, not feeling well, yeah, that's what they would do. But that's not what you should do. When you go to the gym, you ought to feel pretty darn good, like you're dying to get there, like you can't hardly wait to attack the weights. That's the way I feel right now. I've got about, 20 minutes or so to get to the gym where I'm going now, and I can hardly wait to get in a great workout. But on the flip side, I know that after that workout, I'm going to be sore, beat, tired, and exhausted, and needing a number of days to feel good again. So give that idea some thought. When you want to get stronger, it will help your life. All for now.